Hey guys, it has been a while since I have made an update for you guys about my hand, but I wanted to go ahead and do that. So this past November was 1 year since my right amputation on my right index finger. So I had a doctor's appointment about a day before, I believe November 26th, for my 1 year appointment just to check in and see how everything's going. And I went and I explained to him that my hand was doing okay, except for the fact that I was experiencing a lot of phantom pain in my hand. And he let me know that at that point in recovery that you shouldn't be experiencing phantom pain that often or to that, extreme to where it bothers you all the time. And so what he did was he decided to try something out, and he injected lidocaine about right into here on my hand. He had me kind of mess with my hand until I triggered the phantom pain, and then when he injected the lidocaine, pretty much immediately the phantom pain went away. So at that point, he told me that I would be a good candidate for a surgery called Targeted Muscle Reinnervation. And I honestly didn't do too much research on the surgery before I had it done because I trust my doctor. I did look into it some, and he explained that basically when you have your finger amputated or whatever amputated, that there's gonna be nerve endings that are left over from where the finger used to be or where the limb used to be. So basically, your brain is still sending triggers down to that nerve, telling you, hey, your finger itches, you need to pop your knuckles, you feel a burning sensation, stuff like that. So what he was gonna do is go in and take the nerve that was left over from my index finger and then reattach it to a smaller nerve in my hand. And that way, instead of when your brain, sends you a signal to feel something in your index finger that's not there, basically it gets kind of cut off around here. Something like that. Probably not the best explanation. So I decided that I would go ahead and do that, and we did the surgery the second week of December. And originally the plan was just to go back in about here, and he would be able to do the surgery from there. And then before the surgery, a couple minutes before when I was in pre-op, he said, hey, there's the possibility that we would have to do a bigger incision down into your palm, and in a super rare event, we might have to go back in to your original incision. So I was fine with that because I just wanted the phantom pain to go away. So I ended up going into surgery and was in there longer than what they expected, because when they went into my hand, they found out that I had been growing neuromas at the end of my nerves, and that is most likely what was causing the amount of pain that I was having. So he went in, was able to remove those, was able to do the targeted muscle reinnervation surgery. Unfortunately, with my bad luck, they had to cut, you can see this, all the way down to right here, so almost the end of my palm, and then comes back up, and then they had to go back into my original incision from the right amputation. So, they did what they had to do. Recovery wasn't too bad. After the surgery, I wasn't in a ton of pain, and I did notice pretty quickly that I wasn't experiencing as much of the phantom pains, which was really nice. And I was actually able to get my stitches out about 10 days after surgery. The only thing that I did notice is that this time around my hand is a lot weaker than it was at this point in recovery compared to when I had the original amputation. I feel like I recovered a lot more quickly, at least my muscle strength. but my phantom pains are, it's day and night. It's so much better. So that's kind of where I'm at. I'm about 6 months out from the Target Muscle Reinnervation and a year and a half from my finger amputation. So overall, other than the fact that sometimes my fine motor skills, it's a little tougher to do things with, like picking small things up and trying to do that, there's not too much of a difference. I still have some phantom pain every once in a while, like some itching or stuff, but I've figured out ways to get that to go away. And I do have some burning in my scar, which is normal. But other than that, my hand is able to function like it was before this whole journey began. So other than it being a little bit weaker and maybe needing some help with opening like jars and stuff like that, it's pretty much a good normal hand. So if you're considering doing the ray amputation, I definitely would recommend it. And if you have had the ray amputation, you're experiencing a lot of phantom pain, talk to your doctor, because the targeted muscle reinnervation is something that you might be able to do as well, and that helped me so much. So thank you again for watching me on my journey, and if you have any questions, please leave a comment below. Thanks.